long as they're small enough to kind of sit against the blades, so you get a proper measurement. That almost went all over me.
I have my paper too.
When you're using a watermelon, we tend to, if we're just eating it as a fruit, we tend to kind of avoid the, the greener part towards the rind. The rind is actually edible. You can pickle the rind. You can actually saute it. It's great in smoothies. So I like to get in sort of to the really juicy part. No need to waste it. It really needs it because the green bell pepper has that bitter kind of quality.
Julie from the Spices.
Yeah. And it's really the only recipe that I will ever use green bell pepper in. Red is nice because it sticks with the color of the watermelon, but the green really has a nicer flavor, I think, with it. I didn't peel the cucumber. The cucumber has a lot of really important nutrients in the peel. But if you wanted to keep this nice and bright red, if that was important to you, you can take the peel off and you could use a red cucumber. A red cucumber? That would be interesting. You could use a red pepper. I'm just gonna do a little slice of red onion. I'm doing red onion and scallion, but if you wanted to simplify and keep the recipe a little faster, or you didn't have one or the other, you could double up. I'm not going to use a lot because remember, we can always add more. Onions can vary a lot in intensity level. And I love onions, but I don't like when it lasts in your mouth for, like the rest of the day. And then a third of a cup of olive oil, and then we're going to use white balsamic instead of red wine vinegar, which is more traditional in a gazpacho is red wine or sherry vinegar. Red wine or sherry vinegar. And I like the white balsamic because it has a little bit of sweetness, but it's lighter than a dark balsamic, so it doesn't have that like really earthy, sort of sticky sweet flavor that a dark balsamic has. If you don't have balsamic, by all means use a vinegar. You could even use lime or lemon juice, especially because there's the sweetness from the watermelon also that helps. I think we'll use mint and cilantro. So this is, I don't know what kind of mint this is. I got this from my friend's garden the other day. Any kind of mint, spearmint, peppermint, apple mint will be great. Keep this, we're gonna do a little salsa on the side for the top, so we have cucumber, onion, watermelon, obviously, a green bell pepper, jalapeno, and some herbs. And then your olive oil and balsamic vinegar. But I really like the richness of a Haas for this particular application. So when I cut an avocado, I always score in the skin because I find that that's the easiest way to get a nice cut, and then scoop it out with a spoon. So obviously be careful when you're doing this. Don't push all the way through. If you don't feel like you have good enough knife control, then you can peel the skin off this way and then cut it on a cutting board. I've always done it this way though. It takes a little bit of practice, but if your avocado's soft enough, you should be able to push your knife through without being afraid that you're gonna stab yourself. And then I just come in kind of on the side here because there's that point in front that's gonna be a really long slice, and then same in back. And then so the trick I find is to get a spoon that's about the same size and shape as the avocado so that you can really push it in to the base of the skin, and then you end up getting out as much of the meat as possible. Turn the oven on and then turn it off and let it cool down almost all the way, and then put them in there. But I don't know, I don't really like that trick because then inevitably you forget, you go to turn the oven on for some other, and